Welcome back to Tokyo, Japan for the IPF 2019 World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equipped Bench Press Championships. And today is day one of the Equipped Bench Press, and it is going to get hot in here today. Big shout out to Alico, of course, who continually raise the bar. And we don't just say that because they're a fantastic sponsor. We say that because they are absolutely the best weightlifting equipment on the planet. And of course, Uplift, who signed on not too long ago as one of our major sponsors, bringing quality coaches and athletes together from all around the world, and SBD, who have stood behind these competitions. All these fantastic sponsors make all of this possible, supporting the sport in so many different ways. But right now, we are getting underway with the 66 kilogram. We've got the M1s and M2 59s and 66 kilogram equipped bench. And kicking off the day is Mitsuo Kamatani from Japan with 102.5 kilograms. And we might get to see a world record nudge today in under 59 Masters 1. The current world record is 210, and Noda will be opening at 205. But right now, 102.5 on the bar for Mitsuo from Japan. And that should be a good lift. It is 3 white lights. We roll up to 110 kilos for Kansak Mandak from Mongolia. And his current best equipped lift is 140 kilos, the World Masters last year. And just opening up without a shirt. So some lifters decide to do their first lift without their equipment. So almost like an extra warm-up. And that should be a good lift as well. It is. He's on the board with 110 kilograms. And now we jump up to 132.5 for a Masters 2 under 59. Stefan Kozlowski, 132.5 from Slovakia. 58 years of age, been competing for almost 40 years. So 132.5. And this is our first lifter this morning on platform 1 wearing his bench shirt. You can see how that bench shirt pulls his chest forward. And as he pulls that bar down to his chest, you'll see that compress right across his chest. It's quite technical equipped benching. Oh, that's a tough opening lift, but it should be 3 white lights, and it is. From the USA now at 155, so we're into the 66 kilo Masters 2. Steve Petrenkuk from the US of A at 155. Weighed in this morning at 65.7. And you'll see as they move into their second and third lift, you'll see the shirt positions change. And a good opening lift. 155, that was spot on with 3 white lights. Lamia Sleds from Poland now, 165. And he has had a busy week already. Weighed in at 58.8 this morning, now looking at 165 on the bench.
Bar is loaded. Sled to Womel from Poland, 165 kilos on the bar.
165 kilograms. Did a 170 last year equipped. Been consistent in there. Holds a number of records, European records. Very, very clean opening lift there. 2 white lights. I'd say the red light is probably for foot movement. Nakata from Japan, 172.5.
Bar is loaded. Nakata from Japan, 172.5 kilos on the bar.
172.5. He has the world M2 equipped record at 185. Which he set in 2017. So no stranger to this sort of competition. Slow but smooth all the way through and gets a 3 white lights. Amakawa from Japan now, 180 kilograms.
Bar is loaded. Amakawa from Japan, 180.
180 kilograms on the bar. Did a 192.5 last year at the World Bench Press Championship, so should be a fairly comfortable opening lift for him. You can see they've got that shirt pulled into quite a tight position. You can see the sleeves twisted around. You can see them pulling into the deltoids and the triceps there. You should be able to see this shirt really compressed through his chest. Having to really pull it down. Probably a little bit tighter on the shirt than they really needed for that weight, but he gets the 2 white lights. And now Olivier Wamel from France, 185. Quite a few of these lifters having already lifted this week.
Olivier from France, 185 kilos on the bar.
Well under his best lift, 200.5. And that should be a good lift. Let's wait and see what the referees say. And unfortunately, he gets 2 red lights. Looks like the bar might have moved. Or his butt came off the bench there. So they had the shirt set pretty well. He didn't have to really force it down to his chest. He got plenty of speed off the chest, but just couldn't convert that into a lift. Nakayama from Japan now. Looking for 190. So 190 kilograms, well under his best. Did a 220 in 2016 at the World Bench Press Championships. Really pulling that down into his chest, gets plenty of speed, and that should be a good lift. And it is, with 3 white lights on the board. Toshihiko Noda from Japan now 205 and looking for a good opening lift to move into possibly the world record. But quite an impressive lifter, holds the world open record from 2018. 216 kilos and the world masters record. Is he going to take a crack at both of those today? We'll see how fast this opening lift moves. So a clean opening lift here. Gets it down to his chest well. Speed is very good. And his 3 white lights. We'll wait and see what he puts in for his second. We have fantastic speed on that one. A bit more weight on there and some shirt adjustments. And we could be seeing some world records fall again today. Stefan Olzowski from Slovakia now for his second lift, 140 kilograms. .58 years of age, so Masters 2, weighed in at 58.3. Good speed off the chest. Can he convert? Let's see what the referees say. He got great speed off the chest. No, it is 2 red lights. Just had trouble keeping it steady and converting that into a lift. Unsak Mandak from Mongolia, 155 now. Opened at 110 without the shirt, and now put the shirt on and jump to 155. Some athletes like to open quite light on this and often without a shirt, and then they'll take that big jump with the equipment. You can see how tight that shirt is there, and there's still a bit of play in that to move the chest plate down a little bit further. And that was an excellent lift. 3 white lights. They had the shirt adjusted just right for that weight. So plenty of room to move there. Steve Petrinkak from the US of A, 165. Opened at 155. Taking the 10 kilo jump. Just requesting they wipe the little bit of chalk off the bench. Doesn't want to be slipping around. Looks comfortable. And he's got plenty of speed off the chest. And he gets the 2 red lights. And it looks like there's a bit of room to tighten that shirt a little bit more. You didn't really have to work it down to the chest at all. And if you watch as these shirts get tighter, you'll see the athlete's actually really having to pull the bar through the tension in the shirt to get it to the chest.
170 kilos on the bar.
Sleds from Poland, 170 kilograms. Already had such a busy week, and here he is again. And he'll walk home today with another medal in his pocket. But Noda is going to be impossible to catch. And just probably not quite tight enough in that shirt there. You really have to work too hard to get it down. And as mentioned earlier, that Noda holds the world record Open and Masters, and he has decided today he is going to beat that again. He's put in a 2:16.5.
180 kilos on the bar.
And Akata from Japan now with 180. "52 years of age, has been competing for 18 years, weighed in at 58.4, and now lifting 180 kilograms. And he has still got lots more adjustment left in that shirt. It doesn't look overly tight. Let's see how hard he has to pull it down. It finds its way to its chest quite easily. It looks like he needed that shirt to be a little tighter. Just couldn't really get it off his chest there. But they'll go at the back and they'll adjust that shirt. They might even consider putting a little more weight on it. Mitsuya from Japan, 182.5.
From Japan, 182.5 kilos on the bar.
And you can see Mundak has jumped to a 205 for his third lift. So 182.5. For Mitsuya from Japan. Really dragging that bar through the shirt, gets plenty of speed. There's a fantastic lift, very technical, equipped, but gets 2 red lights. Let's see if we can have a look on the replay. And I think his butt might have just come off the bench. And it has there. So that's what his red lights were for. Olivier Wamel from France, 185. Missed this on his opening lift.
185 kilos on the bar.
You can see his shirt looks a little tighter. He pulled the chest plate down a bit. So what will happen here is it's going to be a little bit harder for him to pull it to his chest, but he's going to get a lot more speed off the chest as well, making it easier to convert to that tricep region. And still just struggling in that transition spot there. And he gets the red lights. And you can see it still wasn't overly difficult for him to pull that down to his chest. You might even see them tighten that shirt a little bit more and put some more weight on for his third lift. We'll wait and see. Amakawa from Japan now, 190 kilograms. So this lift will slide him temporarily into the gold medal position. And Sledge from Poland has scratched his last lift. I know he's had a few injuries over the past several years, maybe affecting him today. May have just decided that today is not the day to get another injury. And right now, Amakawa from Japan, 190. Trying to get his feet set there. Dragging it down. They've got that nice and tight. Should get plenty of speed. Very smooth all the way to the top. It should be good, and it is. And I'd say the red light there might have been a little bit of movement of his head on the bench. Probably can't see that well from this angle on the replay of the chief referee, but 2 white lights is all you need.
Bar is loaded.
Nakayama from Japan now, 192 and a half.
192.45 kilos on the bar.
Well away from his best equipped lift. So he set some records back in 2013. He lifted a 220, 2016 at the World Bench Press Championships. So well off his best lift. And you can see they've adjusted that shirt. And you'll notice some of these guys wear a belt on a equipped lift, and some choose not to. Some of them wear the belt actually just to keep the shirt in position. And that gets to the top, and that's a good lift, and it's on the board. But right now, the one we've been waiting for, Toshihiko Noda from Japan with a world record 216.5. So this is under 59, Masters 1 division, and he is setting the open world record at 216.5. And he's no stranger to this because this is his world record. And this will set a new Masters record as well. 216.5 kilograms. He opened at 205 and it absolutely flew up. And now looking for a world record. So day 1 of equipped lifting here in Japan. First session, second lifts, and we're already looking at a world record. And you can see just how tight they have set that shirt. It's very technical lifting, equipped bench. Need to get the shirt adjustment just right so that you can still get the bar to your chest and still have enough power out of the chest. 216.5 kilograms. Looks comfortable. Works it down. It's plenty of speed. And that was a pretty easy world record attempt, and it goes on the board for a world record of 216.5 kilograms with a body weight of 58.68. And where will he go from here? Now Stefan Kozlowski from Slovakia looking to redeem himself at that 140. Really needs to focus on chasing that bar all the way to the top. You can see how much they've tightened that up. They pulled that chest plate right down, twisted the sleeves. Wearing the belt to hopefully keep the shirt in position. Has to work it down. That looks better. Let's see what the referees say. And it is, it goes on the board. He gets it in there. Steve Petrinkuk from the USA now, 175. Kozlowski from Slovakia will take home the silver medal.
Steve from United States.
Right now, Petrakuk from the US of A, 175. This will temporarily slide him into the silver medal position. Probably needed a little bit more tightness in that shirt there. It was very easy to get down to his chest. The coach just having a bit of a laugh in the background there. Kazuo Nakata from Japan, now 180 kilograms. He has the gold medal wrapped up here in the 59 M2s. He missed this on his second attempt. You can see around his elbows and triceps there just how tight they've twisted that shirt. Hopefully they've got it set right so he gets the power off the chest. Or 180 kilograms. He's having to work, but it looked a lot better. And it is, it's on the board at 180 kilograms and a gold medal. Gansak Mandak from Mongolia wants 182.5. So he is the lighter lifter.
Mandak Gansak from Mongolia, 182.5
under the Japanese lifter there. So 182.5 will give him the silver medal. And then if Kamatani wants to beat him, he's going to have to outlift him. But he needs to put this on the board first. He's taken some big jumps. Having to really drag it down. Plenty of speed. Can he convert? Just a little bit too much for him. So at the moment he holds second in silver medal. With Matsuo from Japan now at 182.5. He missed this on his second.
Bar is loaded. Kametani Mitsuo from Japan.
So this will, if he can get this on the board, it will give him the silver medal. Otherwise he will have to be going home with a bronze medal. Maybe he just took too big a jump from that opening raw lift at 102.5. And now, after the second lift, he missed this. And they've made a few adjustments to the shirt. He has great technique, but he just lifts those hips a little bit. And it's very quick. Let's see what the referees say this time. And again, he's lifted those hips up and his butt's come off the bench. So he will go home with a bronze. And right now, Olivier Wemel from France, 185. He's missed this on both attempts.
Bar is loaded. Wemel Olivia from France.
Needs to put this one on the board. Otherwise, he is going home empty-handed. Just didn't seem to be enough tightness in the shirt. He didn't really have to pull it down. Again, it's very loose. But he's a lot more determined on that one. But no, 3 red lights. It looks like there was some bar dip, some butt lift, a bit of everything in that one. Nakayama from Japan now for 200 kilograms. Petrakuk from the USA take home the silver medal. Nakayama with the gold. And with this lift, the icing on top, 200 kilograms. 56 years of age, competing for 26 years. Taking his time.
No more changes. In the
And
next one.
Noda has put in 220 for his last lift. Just getting a re-rack there for not locking his elbows. Dragging it down. It's good speed. Can he drive it through? Let's see what the referees say. And it is. There's 2 white lights and on the board. And now Amakawa from Japan wants 200 kilograms as well. And he has the gold medal in the bag
Bar is
already.
loaded. Amakawa Akinori from Japan. 200
So
kilos
nobody
on
can
the
take
bar.
that away from him. And this is edging awfully close to his personal best. .200 kilograms. Really taking his time getting set up here, getting those shoulders back. Sets his feet. Drags it into the chest. Nice light touch. And that should be, from where we're sitting, a good lift. And it is, it's on the board. And right now we load the bar at 220 kilograms for a second world record attempt. Toshihiko Noda from Japan, 220 kilograms. The 216.5 moved like a rocket.
Bar is loaded.
And this will not only be a world record, this will be his biggest
220
ever
kilos on the bar.
lift.
He will challenge the world record.
220 world record, open world record masters. And he's putting a number on there that he hopes no one is going to challenge for a while. .220 kilograms. It's the first session of the day, and there's already plenty of people rolling in to watch these guys lift. Drags it down tight. Has he got it in him? That was a tough lift. And the referees say it's good. It's a world record of 220 kilos for the open record and the Masters record and the gold medal. And don't go anywhere, because we are going to roll straight into the 74 kilo M1 and M2 lifters right here with Jukka Siltanen from Sweden looking at 135. For the world record here in the 74 kilo. World Open, 300 kilograms, which is absolutely crazy. World M1, 250. World M2, 213. So these guys are ridiculously powerful. But right now we're opening with 135.
Bar is loaded.
Chief referee, they're just inspecting the bar to make sure it's loaded correctly.
135 kilos on the bar.
Sweden have been outstanding so far this week in the classic lifting. And now they've got a big team for the equipped lifting as well. This is where it gets really, really technical to coach and train shirted bench. So 135. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of technicalities in how to set the shirt properly to make sure that they can actually still get the bar to their chest. Kangal from Mongolia, 150. $150 kilos for Mongolia, and Mongolia just had a fantastic performance in the previous group. Can they keep it up? And he gets a very good press, very fast, but did his head move? It did, and he's been red lighted for the head lifting off the bench. So the head has to stay in contact with the bench. And by the looks of it, his butt lifted off the bench at the start there as well. So a no lift. But James and Labisky, USA, 155. Here, coach yelling instructions from the sideline there. Chest up. So if you've been watching all week and you're new to powerlifting, you'll see the bar path in equipped lifting is a little bit different than the bar path in raw lifting in most cases. Tend to touch a lot lower down. Plenty of speed. That was a super fast lift at 155, and it goes on the board with 2 white lights.
Bar is loaded.
Eric Verhage from France,
Eric from France.
160. It's a name we're all familiar with. Opening with 160. And that should be a good lift. And that equals his 160 that he lifted at the French Cup in 2017. So he's made some big gains since then. Charles Smith from the Netherlands. And we are day 5 here today, and finally I get a name that's easy to pronounce. Charles Smith, 162.5. Drags it down, gets plenty of speed there, follows it through very smoothly. And he goes on the board. Nobuyuki Hamada from Japan, 175.
Bar is loaded. Hamada Nobuyuki from Japan. 175 kilos on the bar.
He's no stranger to this sort of weight, has lifted well above this before. So 175, just taking his time there. He's at a 215 last year at the World Masters Powerlifting Championship, so I imagine he's going to take some big jumps. Oh, very fast. He did a 227 the World Games in 2017 where he set a world record. So I'm expecting some big jumps from him. Marcus Holmgren from Sweden, 175. And the coaches have been extremely busy with the Swedish team. They've got quite a big team here. And we'll be in Sweden in a couple of weeks' time for the World Open Classic Championships. Drags it down to his chest. Good speed. Let's see what the referees say. And it's 3 white lights. Looks like the Swedish team had their Alico waffles for breakfast. Rafał Sendra from Poland now, 195.
Sandra Rafał from Poland, 195
Got that
kilos
shirt
on the bar.
super tight across the chest plate there. You can see it pulling his shoulders forward and pulling his chest together. It's right up high on those shoulders. Just not quite happy with the lift-off, so put it back in the rack. When you're holding that much weight, you want it where you want it really having to work that down. Plenty of speed. Fantastic pathway on the bar there. 3 white lights. That was a fantastic looking lift. From Russia now, Yevgeny Lasash, 195.
Bar is loaded. Nosar Evgeny from Russia, 195 kilos on the bar.
Wants to find his way up into the medals today. But it's a tough field. Fantastic lift. 3 white lights. And I'm expecting some rather big jumps from him as well. Bartosz Zalesko from Poland now, 197.5. It is going to be a tough battle. These top 4
Bar is loaded.
lifters in the
The
74
last
Masters
bar
1.
from Poland, 197.5 kilos on the bar.
Looks like they've got plenty out of that shirt. $197.5. Steady all the way through. Probably not as fast as he wanted it off the chest, but it was steady all the way through. And he gets the white lights.
Bar is
Right
loaded.
now,
Hiroyuki
Hiroyuki Fujita from Japan,
205
205 kilograms, and he is the top nomination here. $205 kilograms for his opening lift. You know just how tough it is in this Masters 1 division. The world record is 250 kilograms. Great bar path, great chest touch, and it flies to the top. A fantastic lift. And it's on the board. He is going to be hard to beat. Right now, 142.5 goes on the bar. Jukka Siltanen for his second attempt. So we're into the Masters 2 division now.
Bar is loaded.
Only been competing for 4 years.
From Sweden.
It just goes to show
142.5 kilos on the bar.
that you can start powerlifting at any age. As a Masters 2 lifter with only a few years competition experience. And here he is at the World Championships in Japan. A little bit unsteady on the touch. Left arm is struggling. Gets it to the top. Did it come up all the way? It did. 3 white lights. Kangal from Mongolia now, 150. Had some issues with this on his first lift. Hopefully they've got that shirt adjusted just right.
150 kilos on the bar.
Doesn't look as tight as I would have expected across the chest after his first lift. Let's see how he handles this. He had problems keeping his head on the bench. Sometimes what happens with a shirted bench is as you pull the bar down, it compresses the chest and just sort of forces you to lift your head up, which it has again, I think. And he's had a little bit of trouble off the chest there. And what do the referees say? 3 red lights, no lift. So they might have better luck putting a little bit more weight on there and adjusting the shirt sleeves a little bit. Eric Vahage from France now, 167.5. He is currently in the bronze medal position and wants to step up his game a little bit for a 167.5. His 160 used to be his personal best. He did that a couple of years ago at the French Championships. Now looking to better that with 167.5. And his 160 moved very, very well. Going to need a lot of determination here on this one though. Good speed off the chest. Great job from the athlete and a great job from the coach. They got that shirt positioned exactly right. Charles Smith from the Netherlands, the easiest name I've had to pronounce all week. 167.5.
From Netherlands, 167.5 kilos on the bar.
167.5 for his best competition lift as well. And this will be enough to put him up to second position temporarily. He is the lightest of these lifters in the M274s. Only weighed in at 66.8 kilograms, and he's struggling to lock that out. I think it's dipped down. Took a long time to get a rack command. I think he's going to get unlucky here, and he does. 3 red lights, just couldn't complete. James Golombisky from the USA now, 175. So Smith weighs a lot less than the other lifters, so all he has to do is equal the silver medalist position, take the silver medal. James Golombisky, 175. He's lifted a 172.5 just recently. He wants to add to that. Wants to try and move himself up the rankings a little bit as well. just couldn't quite get the speed off the chest.
No lift.
Got the speed for the first inch, and then it just sort of slowed right down. Just needed a little bit more power and a little bit of more backwards momentum. And Marcus Holmgren from Sweden now, 180 kilograms.
180 kilos on the bar.
See a couple of our top nominated lifters there taking quite conservative jumps. Vegeta from Japan only adding 2.5 kilos. We often see much larger jumps in equipped lifting. You can see they've really got the extra tightness out of that shirt there. They're pushing his chest together. Let's see how tight it is. It's really having to drag it down through that shirt. Gets it to the chest. Gets good speed and momentum. And that should be a good lift, and it is. He's happy with that. Hamada from Japan, 185 in the gold medal position, and at 175 in his opening lift, 185 is going to make it almost impossible for anyone to peg him down. 185. No one has put in a third nomination anywhere near that. But don't forget, they can change their last lift twice. Plenty of speed, smooth all the way to the top. He knows what he's doing. 3 white lights, and the experience really shining through. Sendera from Poland now, 197.5. Just a very, very conservative jump of 2.5 kilos. His opening lift moved very, very well. But right now, just doing what he has to do. Coach watching on. I think the coach looks more nervous than he does. But he has great technique. You watch the bar path, it's absolutely perfect. Struggled a little bit with that one. The conservative 2.5 looks like it was a good decision, because that was a lot tougher than his opening lift. I'd like to see them probably tighten that shirt up a little bit and put some more in. Yevgeny Nasash from Russia now, 200 kilos. I was expecting slightly bigger jumps, but just doing the job he has to do, not doing anything silly.
Evgeny from Russia,
and just chasing after those medals. $200 kilograms. Oh, and struggling a lot with that. You can see the shirt just took control of the bar, and he was fighting to get back on that bar path again. And unfortunately, it just was too difficult. Zalasko from Poland, 202.5.
Bar is loaded.
This will equal his personal best.
Zalasko Bartos from Poland, 202.5 kilos on the bar.
Proving to be very difficult to break into those medals in this class today. The 202.5 will move him temporarily into second position. He's a little bit heavier than Sandera as well, so he's going to have to outlift him. That should be a good lift. Great execution. It is. He just gets the one red light, but two is enough. 2 whites is enough to go on the board. Vegeta from Japan now, 207.5.
Bar is loaded.
Not taking any chances. He's in a very, very good position to take home the gold medal.
7.5 kilos on the bar.
So he's just added 2.5, playing it very safe. Wants to make sure he goes home with that gold medal in his pocket. It's a quick start command, drags it down. Wow, he has got some speed off the chest. They have got that shirt just right. And he gets the 3 white lights. Now round for our third round. Siltanen from Sweden, 147.5. His biggest competition lift in some time.
Bar is loaded. Siltanen Chuka from Sweden, 147.5 kilos on the bar.
So 147.5. He did 140 last year at the European Bench Press Championships, and 142.5 in 2017. Now looking for 147.5. And just couldn't convert the speed
No lift.
to enough momentum to transition into those triceps. Charles Smith from the Netherlands missed 167.5 on his second. Now looking for a third attempt.
Bar is loaded. Smith Charles from Netherlands.
Now let's see what adjustments they've made.
167.5 kilos on the bar.
You can see how tight those shirts are. You can see it digging into his triceps, digging into his deltoids. And it's just a little bit too much for him. I think his foot position was off as well. You can see his heel was lifting, just wasn't in the right position. But he will take home the bronze medal. Right now, Eric Verhage from France, 172.5.
Bar is loaded.
He has the silver medal wrapped up,
From France, 172.5 kilos on
and this
the bar.
won't change his ranking, but he'll go home with a silver medal. And if he puts this one on the board, he'll go home with a massive personal best lift too of 172.5. And you can see from the front there, you can see how it just compresses the chest. He's giving it everything he's got. That right hand just won't straighten out, and just couldn't lock the elbow on that right hand side.
No lift.
But boy, did he give it everything he had. James Golombesky from the US of A now, 175. Had a crack at 175 a few minutes ago. And now taking another crack at it.
Lambiaski James from United States, 175 kilos on the bar.
He has plenty of experience. Sometimes it needs that second lift to make some adjustments to the shirt, to fire up the nervous system a little bit more. He looks a lot more focused on this lift than he did on his second. Gets it down to his chest. Just pushed forward too far there. You can see the bar just took over. As he pushed, the bar moved forward rather than back. And often a bench shirt has a mind of its own. You've got to control that as well. So 177.5 goes on the bar. Kungul from Mongolia. And he missed 150 on his first and his second. And we suggested that maybe a little bit more weight and some shirt adjustments might actually do the trick. I know that sounds quite unusual, but in equipped lifting sometimes the extra weight and some shirt adjustments can give you a little more power off the chest. His problem's been keeping his head down, so he needs to focus on that. It looks like he's struggling with it again. That shirt just sitting too high on his chest, and it's pulling his head up. So it's unfortunate for him. He'll go home without a lift. All right, now Marcus Holmgren from Sweden wants 200. Well above his personal best lift. Marcus Holmgren with 200 kilograms. He did a 195 at the European Championships last year. Previous to that, his best lift was 175. And now he wants to better that again with 200. And the Swedish coaches have been pretty spot on their selections and been working very well with their team. Really having you drag it down. You can see it ripping into his triceps, but it was just a little bit too much today.
No lift.
All of these guys just trying to find their way into the medals. Yevgeny Nasash from Russia now, 200 kilos. His opening lift at 195 was absolutely fantastic. 200 just seemed to struggle to find that momentum. Well, hopefully they've made the right adjustments here. You can see it's pulled a bit lower on his shoulders now. If they've made the right adjustments, he should manage this very well. And again, just struggling to transition through that sticking point.
No lift.
And that'll be a no lift. It's an unfortunate way to finish for him. Sendera from Poland now, 202.5. This will temporarily move him from bronze to silver, as he's 20 grams lighter than Zalesko from Poland. So looking to challenge his teammate. And the 197.5 was tough, but you can see how much lower that shirt is now. And you should be able to see that compress across his chest. Hopefully he can still get the bar to his chest. Drags it down. And it's just a little bit too much. You got a better start off the chest on that one, but just couldn't convert it. So he will take home the bronze medal today. Zalesko from Poland now, 210. So this will temporarily move him into first position, with Fujita to lift after him.
Bar is loaded.
And if he misses this, he still goes home with the silver medal here at the World Championships. He's been consistent. So he just equaled his personal best, 202.5, which I think he set at the Nationals. And now looking for 210 for a big personal best. And it's just a little too much. As you can see, he just couldn't get any speed off his chest there. So now 213.5. Hamada has decided to take a crack at the world M2 record. He opened at 175, he went to 185, and now looking to put on a massive jump to 213.5. Now, even though this is a big jump, it's not a ridiculously enormous jump in equipped lifting. We see it quite often. So 213.5. He is no stranger to this sort of pressure. He has the gold medal in the bag. No one can take that away. So he's taken the opportunity to challenge for a world record. 213.5 kilograms, weighed in at 73.22 this morning. I hope the Swedish team shared their Alico waffles with him. He's going to need every one of them to get this lift. Gets this quick start command, dragging it down. Oh, he's got the speed. Gets it to the top. Is it clean enough though? Let's wait and see, and it's not. I'm fairly sure his butt lifted off the bench as well. He'll be a little bit disappointed, but he takes home the gold medal, and it was a fantastic attempt. He knows now that he can handle that weight. Yeah, his butt lifted there. A little bit of bar dip. He knows he can handle that weight. He will be back again before too long to take that record. And now our last lifter, Vegeta from Japan. He has the bronze, he has the gold medal in his pocket. Everyone came at him, but everyone missed their lift. Can we get a lift on the board for the third lift? We haven't had a single successful third lift in this round. Can Vegeta change that with 217.5? He's added 10 kilos for his last lift, and his previous two lifts rocketed up. Good speed, he's still going. Can he lock out the left? He gets it to the top, and the referees say 2 white lights, it's on the board. He gets the 217.5. We get a green on the board in the final round, and he will take home the gold medal here at Tokyo, Japan, the World Championships. What a way for him to finish his day. Don't go too far away. We will be having a medal ceremony very, very shortly, and we have got so much more action today. At 11 o'clock, the next session will kick off, and we've got another 5 sessions of lifting today, so that's 5 sessions of absolute excitement.
Master 3 and Master 4.
There's no information. We're just starting a medal ceremony presented by Gaston Proj, IPF President, and Mr. Sasaki from JPA President. The 59 kilograms class, second place, Sweep Ivan from United States, 80 kilos. And first place, Hamayama Giselle from Japan, 125 kilos. Please stand up for Japan's national anthem. The next class, a 66 kilograms class. Third place, Kemppainen Mark from Finland, 110 kilos. Second place, Sugaya Michio from Japan, 130 kilos. First place, Danyasu Tadanobu from Japan, 140 kilos. stand up for Japan's national anthem. In 74 kilograms, Masters 4. First place, Kauronen Antero from Finland, 130 kilos. Please stand up for Finland's national anthem. Next class is 59 kilograms, Masters 3. Third place, Pablo Seville from Russia, 120 kilos. Second place, Ishiwatari Hiroyuki from Japan, 150 kilos. The first place, Isagawa Hiroyuki from Japan, 152.5 kilos. Please stand up for Japan's national anthem. Next class, at 66 kilograms, Masters 3. Third place, Sidler Cloud from France, 150 kilos. kg from Japan, 155 kilos. The first place, Yano Hideyuki from Japan, 171.5 kilos. Please stand up for Japan's national anthem. Next class. Next class at 74 kilograms Master 3. Second place, Cyrus Daniel from United States, 160. The first place, Motobilnik Vasil from Russia, 185 kilos. Please stand up for Russia's national anthem. A big round of applause for the lifters in this session. 59 kilograms class, Master 2. The second place, Kolsubski Stefan from Slovakia, 140 kilos. The first place, Nakata Kazuo from Japan, 180 kilos. Please stand up for Japan's national anthem. The 66 kilograms Masters 2. The second place, Petrenke Steve from United States, 165 kilos. The first place, Nakayama Hisayuki from Japan, 200 kilos. Please stand up for Japan's national anthem. Next class is 74 kilograms Masters 2. Third place, Smith Charles from Netherlands, 162.5 kilos. The second place, Berhej Eric from France, 167.5 kilos. The first place, Hamada Nobuyuki from Japan, 185 kilos. Please stand up for Japan's national anthem. 59 kilograms, Masters 1. Second place, Sled Sławomir from Poland, 165 kilos. The first place, Noda Toshihiko from Japan, 220 kilos. Please stand up for Japan's national anthem. Next class at 66 kilograms, Masters 1. Third place, Kametani Mitsuo from Japan, 102.5 kilos. The second place, Manda Gansoku from Mongolia, 155 kilos. The first place, Amakawa Akinori from Japan, 200 kilos. Please stand up for Japan's national anthem. Next class at 74 kilograms, Masters 1. Third place, Susan Del Rafael from Poland, 197.5 kilos. The second place, Zalasko Bartos from Poland, 202.5 kilos. The first place, Fujita Hiroyuki from Japan, 217.5 kilos. Please stand up for Japan's national anthem.